Hello, Antioch Community High School. My name is Caleb Zaborski, and welcome back to your weekly weather forecast, number 26. Let's hop right into next week. So you're going to see, the very first thing that I notice when I look at this is, new background. But also, there's not that many activities going on after school. So just keep that in mind. Try and enjoy the weather because it's going to be nice. Quick thing before I actually get into individual day temperatures. The models have been showing a warm front kind of lingering either a little bit south of our area, on top of us, or above us. So these temperatures could vary within 10 to 15 degrees. So we actually could see days more so later on in the week could be 50, even 60. So keep that in mind as we go throughout these days and take at least some of the low temperatures with a grain of salt. But for Monday, let's hop right in. The high around mid-50s and a low around low 30s. So super nice. Obviously, we're getting into March. It's going to be nice. It's just really nice to actually see it now. Tuesday, there's College Palooza. That's like one of the only after-school activities going on. That's at Lakes. For that, a high of around low 50s and a low of low 30s. So it gets just a little bit colder. But once again, still very nice for right now. Wednesday, nothing really much going on. I know that there's kind of sports tryouts going on, so good luck to any athletes trying out. But for Wednesday, a high of around low 40s and a low of low 30s, so it gets even colder. And then we kind of keep that for Thursday. Once again, the same highs and lows, a high of low 40s and a low of low 30s. But then you're going to see Friday, we have two things going on. There's indoor track conference going on, and then the jazz and pops concert here at Antioch. The orchestra and the jazz bands will be playing. For that, probably the coldest out of all the days, with a high of low 40s, but then a low of low 20s. So just keep in mind, obviously, as you get out, you might be a little bit chillier than, Monday, Tuesday. Saturday gets a little bit warmer, with a high around the low 40s and a low of low 30s. And then Sunday, once again, because it's so far out, it's a little bit hard to pinpoint exact temperatures, but could be a little bit on the cold end, with a high of high 30s and a low of low 30s. So once again, enjoy these very nice spring-like temperatures while they last, at least throughout this week. We could see some rain go on, especially later on in the week. So just keep an eye out. Going on. Temperature outlook, you're going to see, once again, very above average. They're very confident that this early March time frame will be incredibly above average. They're confident that it will be and how much it will be as well, as we've seen with the forecast. Going on. Precipitation, do not pay any mind to California where it's super above average, but over with us, just slightly above average. So we could see a handful of rain. Once again, I said around Friday, Saturday is probably when you could see the most rain, if not a little bit on Thursday as well. But going on, we had a severe sequence happen just last week, March 3rd through 5th. So let's kind of cover that. So we're going to see we have a handful of graphics here. I kind of try to overlay them. So if you see like slight discrepancies, like obviously like with this, that's just because I was dicing them up. So for March 3rd through actually 5th, I just added it. You see on the very right. Those are the weather reports from those days. And while every day wasn't enhanced, we had tornado risks. More importantly, the most important tornado risk actually was going to be on the 4th, and we had like a significant chance for significant tornadoes, but ended up the 3rd of March actually had the most tornadoes, with a little bit of a sleeper setup in Oklahoma. So you're going to see a ton of hail reports. I mean, by hail I mean significant hail. You can kind of see that kind of in the Dallas area for the very first day, which is all the way on the left. But also widespread wind reports and just a handful of tornado reports. But then for the 4th, mostly all wind when we did expect a handful of tornado threats, mostly near the Gulf Coast. So like we're near New Orleans was where we kind of expected the most tornadoes. Fortunately, not many occurred. And then obviously for the 5th, had like 1 or 2 tornadoes, mostly occurred like in North Carolina. Also, like, kind of in that, like, East Coast area. Mostly a wind threat once again, but just, like, 1 or 2 tornadoes. So, once again, for what it was forecast to be, maybe, like, a week ago from when it actually happens, it was looking a lot worse. And we're kind of having that happen again on Friday the 14th, where we have models showing this pretty significant weather event. But the likelihood is that it'll downtrend just a little bit or a lot, and we see a much more tame weather event going on. That kind of does it for weather forecast, but I want to kind of cover on this. This was the March 4th enhanced risk. Very awkward placement of the enhanced risk, kind of because we had this cold front that was already coming through, but everything right in front of it, super dangerous because there was a lot of storms right there. So that's why we have those really weird cutoffs for what is the thunderstorm risk, the marginal risk, the slight risk, and then the enhanced risk. Obviously for this, there's two more risk above enhanced. There's the moderate, which would be red, and then high, which is pink. Possibly by the end of when I do these weather forecasts, we could see a moderate risk. I don't expect high risks that much because it usually is once per year, even twice per year if you get, call it what you want, unlucky or lucky. So just keep an eye on that. But that does it for your weekly weather forecast number 26.